It's all come down to this, class. It's all come down to the top 15 hats of 2021. Now let's just skip it to number one. Number one hat of 2021 is... Stop, I got you. I fooled you. And no one else is laughing. I thought it was funny. Anyways, so wrapping up the last part 4 of the hats of 2021 for Professor Hatter here. Again, this list is not based off of hats that were released in 2021, but based off of hats that I had obtained in 2021. So some of them, like you've seen before, that Icy Blue Los Angeles Angels All-Star Game side patch hat, that was bought in 2020, and those Cookies and Cream pre-order hats, 2020, but I got them in 2021. So, again, my hat list is going to be different than a lot of other people who have their own top 50, top 25, top 100, top 500 hats of 2021, so which is okay. Everyone has their own list, and they're good lists. Mine is just based off of hat diversity. So if you haven't seen the first 3 parts, if you haven't seen hats 50 through 16, I recommend you kind of keep up. Maybe watch those to review. Alright, shout out to Full Count Studios first for this hat. If it wasn't for him, this hat would not have existed. This is a custom hat with a custom logo that I had inquired Full Count Studios about in 2020, because my plan was to run for public office again. I ran in 2019 for village trustee for my hometown of Mount Prospect, and I lost. That's fine. I had fun doing it. My original plan was to actually run to watch the election in 2019 and then actually run in 2021. But let's just say trying to forget about getting dumped in a breakup. I ran for office. So people do different things after a breakup, and I just happened to run for public office. So everyone does themselves differently. So I had wanted to, for the 2021 campaign, make a new logo for Mount Prospect and use it for my campaign, and then maybe use it eventually for the town, because we have a lot of history with the train tracks, and I thought that it would be appropriate to have a train-looking logo for Mount Prospect. This is a fitted version. I did make a dad hat version in a gray hat, but the hat was kind of effed up, and I tried to do a navy one, but it also got effed up with the lids embroidery machine. So I made this into a fitted hat. So I'll put the actual logo on the screen to get the actual beauty of it, because the stitching doesn't really do it justice. Mount Prospect was founded essentially in 1874 by Ezra Eggleston, trying to, everyone was trying to buy land at the time and use the train tracks to connect from the farmlands and outside industrial lands that are now the suburbs to Chicago. And we were founded on the train tracks, and our downtown still has the train tracks running through it. So it's a very sentimental point. It's a foundational point of our town. The town was officially incorporated and named into a town in 1917 as Mount Prospect, but this logo is kind of the inspiration point was the Round Rock Express. I had the E that turned into the train with the cow catcher in the front. So I wanted something like that, and he did a fantastic job. It's really great with the studs going through the M and the P, the 1874. Again, the hat doesn't do it justice. I need to really partner up with Liz does a great job with embroiderings, but this needs to be done way better. So maybe in 2022 I'll have a better looking Mount Prospect hat. Colors, navy and Columbia blue for the high school. Go Knights. So this one, I didn't run for office, but I would have used this for my campaign. Probably next time when I run in 2023, because I did a paralegal program in 2021 instead. So it would have been fun to have ran for office again, but long-term career goals, going the paralegal route was a good idea. But this one, thank you to Full Count Studios for your masterpiece that you put out. Hat number 14 is a hat that the Hat Club originally released, and then there was another place that did a similar looking hat, and I regretted getting the size of 5/8 for this hat because it's a really good looking hat. 1932 Chicago Cubs C, kind of old stylistic, and with the 100th anniversary of Wrigley Field side patch on the side there. And I don't know why I still have a sticker on there. Because this one is, now it feels a little better because my hat has grown during the winter times for some reason. But when I first got this, it was pretty loose, and there's really no return or exchange policy that was in place that would have worked, because primarily they ran out of 7.5s in this size at Locker Room of Downey. So I think this was my only stint with Locker Room of Downey that I've had. Great place. It just seems that they do a lot more local things in stores than online, which is totally fine. But I do like that it's navy. I don't have a whole lot of Navy Cubs hats, and usually Navy is more reserved for like old time Cubs stuff, like back in the early 1900s. So that's always nice to have. Hat number Lucky 13. This one wasn't a huge drop. It's just a hat that can show off to the world that I'm a fanatic, that I am dead set on loyalty to one of the great brands out there of the hat world. 47 brand. Now, I am a person who is an advocate for taking the stickers off a hat, except for certain reasons. Like if it's like a really old hat that, like one of those like older 5950 on-field hats that like the stickers across the brim, and it's like a kind of a rare hat, that'd be a good reason to keep the sticker on. Or if it's like I don't know if I have it out here, but there's a Cubs hat I have that's from the Lids Prism collection that the whole hat is one color. So I had the green Cubs hat, and that sticker was green to match the rest of the hat. That you would for sure keep on. But this one, I just want everyone to know the redundancy, to be reminded this is a 47 brand hat. 47 brand, 47 brand, 47 brand. Little bitty engraving. 47 brand here. 47 brand. Yeah, it's a 47 brand cleanup hat. I love cleanup hats. Dad hats are amazing. They are just as equally as great as fitted hats are, because these hats are cotton material, soft. They have pre-curved brims, and I never have to worry about is it going to fit right, because it's always adjustable. So it's a pretty cool hat. So I had to get it. And navy, one of my favorite colors. There's more out there, but it says sold out on the website, so it would have been cool to have gotten a maroon or a Kelly green or a forest green 47 brand hat. So maybe next time. Or maybe 47 brands watching, they can complete the rainbow for me. We can get a partnership going. I think we should do that. 47 brand. Let me know. Let me know. Number 12 This one with a lids hat. It's kind of a rarity because if you remember from my review of 2021, I only got like 8 lids hats, maybe 10. Just didn't get a lot of lids hats. Like in the past I have for sure, but now it's kind of like, well, your website sucks. Cause I can't use my membership that I pay for online. You don't know how to organize a website. In store, it's hard to sometimes use my rewards there because I never know how many I have. So, kind of lost its luster. But this one, from the reemergence of lids being cool again, navy, pink Cubs hat. This was these two colors run great together. Just in general, navy is a great color. I love it, and the light pink adds on a nice accent to it. Have not been a fan of how soft the white sweatbands are on the lids hats, but I don't really feel it on my head. Like, there's really a difference between the soft, silky, like, sweatband to the kind of more, coarse, not coarse, but like, starchy, like, other sweatband. Not really. Anyways. So, this one was also the older 1908 to 1914 Cubs logo with the bear and the bat. Well, they've kind of gone, like, the different iterations where, like, there's the bear with the bat in the sea, there's the bear and the bat not in the sea, or one that looks a little bit more cartoony than realistic like this. So, a lot of different iterations. But, just in general, this one was a really good one to pick, and I had to get this in the store because I couldn't get my 20% off earned discount on the hat online, so I had to go in store to hunt it down. I do like that it has a different contrasting color New Era flag compared to like some of the other style kind of color UV hats out there that have like a tonal flag. Doesn't make sense. Make it the other color. Make the flag match the under visor color. Makes it work better. Alright, we're going to have kind of another tie here. I know it sounds like I'm copying on it, but I mean, it's practically the same hat. Practically. Except for some differences that I'll show you. One of them did the concept the right way, and the other one looks and feels good. So, it's kind of a toss-up. It's a toss-up, really. When all these different hat companies out there did crossover between MLB and NFL, or the NHL, or the NBA, they did a lot of them. More of the NHL more often, which is why I have it a tie here with the Seattle Mariner Kraken crossover from Crown Minded, and the same concept from Hat Club. Now, I like this kind of the look with the mint under visor. It's different. Not a lot of mint under visor color rims out there. I like the simplicity of this one. Side patch is not too bad either. But also, probably can't see it from here, but this isn't really a pure white sweatband anymore. It's been worn out a lot. It's a nice feel. The brim isn't totally curved, but it has a natural, nice curve that came out of the box with it. I did an unboxing to this while I was driving my car, so it was kind of fun. But granted, if you're doing a crossover kind of collaboration with the opposite team, you might as well include all the colors, and adding just the red button. I think Crown Minded did a nice job with the different colors being utilized. I'm kind of biased towards this side patch too, the 30th anniversary, over the 40th anniversary. Granted, if you've seen my rant about the top side patches for each team, the definitive list, celebrating 30, 40 year anniversaries is stupid, but that doesn't mean the actual design is bad. Blue underbrim color, they did that for all their hockey hats. And this one also fit well, but there's just something about this one that fit a little bit better. So that's why I have these two guys tied. I know for 10th place, I know it's like really bad, and it might get worse later on the list. You'll see why. So let's get into the official top 10 now. So technically, this was like tied for 10th. So at number 9. This one I saw on Hat Club and the other designers' Instagrams about the preview, and I thought, that's a nice color combination, but I don't need it. I mean, the Braves looking one, the Braves hat, looks good, but I don't really need it. And then I somehow lucky enough that I was on the website at the time of the drop. This was in early 2021. That I'm looking around at the different hats. I'm like, like the Angels one looks all good too, but it's too blacked out for the logo. And I thought, let me just see what else is there. And then I came across the Orioles hat for this collection. And I thought, okay, they have an Orioles hat. That's pretty cool. Let's get an Orioles hat. It's got the bird on there. And this was I'm going to say one of my best surprises of 2021. Actually, between this hat and the Mariners Hat Club hat, of how good it really was in hand compared to just seeing it online. The Baltimore Orioles Midnight Teal with the 1993 All-Star Game side patch. This one, I really had no interest going into the hat drop. I mean, I didn't know that they were going to do an Orioles hat, but the simple stitching of the bird was great. The teal is fantastic. I mean, this is like a good teal. This is like a light mint, kind of, if you can kind of see the differences. But this one, for sure, this was huge. This was a great hat that I've worn quite a bit. There's some dust on the top. I need to get some crown clean on it. But 5/8, and I still think it fits pretty well. Because that was one of the last hat sizes that was available. So if I had the chance to go back in time, I would for sure go back and get a 7.5 on this one. Just so I can, curve the brim a little bit more and not worry about it being too loose, but this also still feels good. Maybe also going back and getting either the Braves or the Angels one. So I think the Midnight Teal collection is pretty underrated for 2021, really. I know that, the cereal pack was popular, the bourbon suede, the rust belt, the campfire were popular, the anything with the Buffalo Bison minor league hat logo, that's been a good craze trend, but I think the Midnight Teal was very underrated. Wasn't talked about enough. So, but maybe that's because it was at the beginning of the year. So, let's go to number 8. At number 8, this one. See, when Hat Club drops hats, I'm usually at work at 1 o'clock my time for the drops, and I'm usually at work. So I'll tell either I'll be on the walkie and be like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom, I'll be right back, when I'm really going and trying to get a Hat Club hat. Or I'll be with a customer and I'll be on my iPad and I'll be looking around and trying to listen to them, and I'm trying to frantically get the hat, and I'll be like, oh, dang it. They'll be like, what's wrong? Everything okay? I'm like, yeah, just the one thing you're looking for, we don't have in stock. We'll have to maybe order it, but I lost out on a hat. Now this hat, this was from 2020. Again, my rules, my stipulations is, even if I bought the hat in 2020, but obtained it in 2021, it's a 2021 hat. So this one, Hat Club did a drop of it, and I missed it. I'm like, fuck the bots, screw the resellers, all those other idiots out there that aren't actual Cubs fans. They don't give this hat a good home. I would. This is a extremely epically perfect gem of a Cubs hat. I wanted it, and I'm in the break room slamming the locker doors, and throwing chairs around, and just being a freaking 2-year-old about it. And my supervisor JP, he's like, "Jeff, are you okay?" I'm like, "No. What's wrong?" "I missed out on a Cubs hat from Hat Club." They're probably gonna release it again. No, they won't. It's ruined. You have to pay resale for it. Hat Club doesn't know how to run or manage a website. It all sucks, and I'm not gonna get it. Well, let's just suffice to say, JP was right that they did bring it back from a pre-order. So pre-order from 2020, but obtained in 2021. Cubs cookies and cream. You did see the Blue Jays and Orioles cookies and cream, but the Cubs one is perfect. Granted, I'm a Cubs fan, so there's quite a bit of bias because it's Cubs. A lot of people said that the Cubs cookies and cream was one of the top 3, if not the top hat of the cookies and cream collection. That instead of the red around this logo, it's pink, and some people were a little stingy on how the red here isn't pink, how the other logos have a pastel red where it's a pink. I'm just noticing how the Batterman on the logo here is reversed. The colors, where it should be blue, it's red and opposite. Anyways, this was a really, really great hat. This was very well done. This is an appropriate time to have a tonal flag. Just have everything blacked out. Focus on the front. So this is a great hat. Also, that video that I made where I'm dunking the hat into a glass of milk, and I'm eating the hat. I'm eating the hat after I dunked it, and it's dripping milk. See, Hat Club is all fawning over all the TikTok kids. They couldn't do that. They're not master editors like I am. Pfft, whatever. Hat number 8. Hat number 7. This one is not from 2021, but I obtained it in 2021. So this is going to be one where you're thinking, isn't that a 2021 hat? Well, shut up. It's my list. They're my hats. And this one had been on my bucket list of hats. Not really a holy grail hat, but it had been on my bucket hat of hats to get. Cubs hats to get for a long time. It's a Cubs hat. See? With a side patch from 2016, 100 years at Wrigley Field. Now, this is different than the 2014 patch, because this is the Cubs being at Wrigley Field for 100 years. A century of Cubs at Wrigley Field. Because the original tenants of Wrigley Field, which I need to get a hat of, were the Chicago Whales from the Federal League for just 2 seasons. And then in 1916, the Cubs moved into what was then known as Weeghman Park. That became Wrigley Field. That was bought by the Wrigley Company, the Wrigley family. This one is on-field authentic. This one has the stickers from here on the bottom, 7 3/8, on-field authentic, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't fit but I needed it for the collection. I've tried to stretch it out, so one of these days I'll get one that fits me. But this is great to have a Cubs hat like this. 6. This hat combines two of my favorite things: Cubs and the color green. What was dubbed the St. Paddy's Day hat. I am not Irish. I do not recognize St. Patrick's Day. The only holidays on the 17th of March that I recognize is my Uncle Eric's birthday and my Grandpa Natal's birthday. But hey, it's green, so I might as well kind of run with the Bulls there for this one. This one was perfect. This one I was very lucky to get because this was after Hat Club did a purge of some of their people that had invoice privileges. I had a hat pimp. I had a hat pimp for a while, and they took care of me. Usually I'd get maybe like one hat per week for like the big drops. The only time I really went crazy with my hat pimp was ordering like 3 Toy Story hats when they came out in late 2020. Otherwise, I would just get Cubs hats, and this came after the my hat pimp couldn't take care of me anymore. Not that it was their choice, but I was very lucky to get this one. This is just great greens all around, and then it has one of the better Cubs logos on the front, and the Wrigley Field 100th anniversary side patch on the side. This is just what a gem looks like. Alright, we are now into the top 5 hats of 2021. And I'm sure that I've been rambling on and on and on, and I actually messed up earlier in my recording here, so it'll be about 3 minutes shorter than it was before, but still, I'm probably rambling on and on. It's like, alright, let's talk 2 minutes about each hat, and still, that would be a shit ton of time. But you've made it to the top 5 hats, and I will see you in the next video. So, did you see that coming? Did you see that coming? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Alright, so stay tuned for hats number 5 through 1 of 2021. So I will clock you out for a quick recess. Alright? So I'll see you next video. Ready? Set? Break.